hit around the post. Hopefully you came here from watching the backhand drive video and the backhand dink video. So now we're going to talk about the third part, which is probably the most fun, hitting around the post through backhand. So the first step of hitting the backhand around the post is to use the same technique that you're using on the drive, on the dink, where you're really setting up and you're using your left hand to kind of aim, to guide the ball, to generate power, get spin, all of that. The only difference now is you don't have a net in front of you. So your main target is not, oh, I'm trying to get it over the obstacle of the net. Now you don't have the net, so it opens up a lot of shots because the pathway is a little bit different. So what we're gonna do on the backhand around the post is there's two different situations you would hit it in. The first situation is defensive. So that's when your opponent hits a really good angle and you're on the run. The only place that you can meet the ball is outside of the line of the net, and that's kind of your only option. And you're gonna do it. That comes more naturally because that's the only option that you have. You kind of just do it out of desperation. But what we're really gonna focus on today is the offensive around the post. And basically what's gonna happen is you're gonna recognize which ball is coming, where it bounces in the kitchen and then comes off of the court. Once it goes off of the court, geometrically, you're gonna have the angle to direct the ball into the other side of the court without crossing over the net. And that just takes some time and recognition to realize which ball that you can do the around the post on. So the first drill that I recommend, just to recognize which ball you can do around the post, is to just go cross court, backhand to backhand, dinking with your partner, where you guys are both really trying to do angles. This isn't really realistic to a point setting because, like I said in past videos, you don't really want to do this too much because it opens up around the post. But for this situation, we want to have a lot of those opportunities. So you're going to go backhand to backhand, dink across the net with your opponent until you feel like one of those balls is crossing from the kitchen outside the court, and then you're just going to try to hit and around the post.
All right, so here we are doing the drill. Notice where we put our targets nice and short to simulate that angle. And then also notice that once one of us hits a good angle, nice and short, angle creates angle, and that's eventually going to open up that around the post shot like it does right now. So let's also take a look at that in slow motion. So right as the ball crosses the net, I'm recognizing that this may be a ball that's gonna land short, it's gonna have a lot of angle, and it's gonna bounce way off outside of the net. So sure enough, here it is bouncing nice and short, and it has that trajectory to go past the side of the net. That's gonna allow me to make contact outside of the realm of the net, and then I'm gonna be able to send it down the line without having to clear the net. So that's why this shot is so dangerous. Okay, so we can watch another clip of the same thing that happened actually in the very next rally of that drill. So again, here I'm gonna notice that the ball might be an around the post opportunity as it's crossing the net. And then sure enough, the ball is gonna bounce near the sideline and it's gonna begin to continue off the side of the court until I'm eventually able to hit it and find that path around the post. Okay, here's the very last example of this from this drill, but I think it highlights three very critical times of the around the post. So here, noticing where the ball is going to go and predicting it's going to be an ATP opportunity. Here, where the ball bounces nice and short. And then finally, my contact point, which is outside the realm of the net, and I'm able to find that path down the line.
Okay, so after you do that drill, you kind of want to think about different techniques and different tips that you can use to actually make your around the post go in. So the first thing is, once you recognize where the ball is going and which ball that you're going to take an around the post on, you need to let it drop, because the longer you wait, the more it's going to open up to the angle of the court. So if you see it's going around the post, it bounces, and you try to take it here, from where I'm making contact to that side of the court, there's probably like 6 inches. So there's not much margin to make a mistake, and you have to be very precise. But if you let that ball drop to here, the margin between my paddle and the net is now about 3 feet. You have a big window to aim anywhere on that side of the court. So you kind of can put your face to where your paddle is and you can see all that open court. So that's the first tip, is just there's no barrier of the net anymore. It doesn't matter where you make contact as long as you can reach it and to go on the open court.
All right, so let's see how important it is to let the ball drop here. So you can see that if I was just trying to track this ball down and hit a standard dink, I'd probably be making contact around here. But because my first step was recognizing that this was an ATP opportunity, I'm hanging back and letting the ball drop or continue its path past the width of the net. And notice that when I finally do make contact, the ball has probably moved 2 to 3 feet in width from where I would have hit it with a standard dink. So this allows me to have a much bigger window to wrap the backhand around the post here.
The last tip I'm going to say is to make sure you get low, because if you are letting the ball drop all the way here, you don't really want to have to hit and around the post like this. So just bend your knees, get low, set up the same way as you're hitting a drive with your right foot in front if you can, and slip. Go to the open court. And that's it.
All right, and to really highlight step 3, I just have 2 quick freeze frames. And notice how my front foot is always planted as opposed to running through the backhand or being airborne. This is really important because it's going to allow me to be still as I hit the shot and really maintain control as I go around the post.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that with practice and with the drills that I suggested that you're able to hit a two-handed backhand around the post shot. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Whoa, too good of an angle. Oh my god. Good shot, though. Highlight reel. Oh, that was perfect. Between those three, 1.5. So the first step of hitting the backhand drive, or wait, I'll redo it.